It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the Seahawks rocket arm quarterback. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Seahawks and the Lions, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position and be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Veteran quarterback. He's got him off to a bit of a slow start here, CD, at 1-2.
I think that the early sense is that it's taking a little bit longer than they hoped for this offense to gel. And there have been a few drives where they've actually looked pretty good. But the consistency is just not there yet. But in talking with the coaching staff last night when we had our discussion with them, they felt they had a good week of practice.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to...
Let's go.
Now a toss play. It's Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Alexander. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 82 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. They run again with Carson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's Carson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field.
And out now come the Seahawks. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Alexander. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. The last 2 plays from scrimmage in this ball game, pretty eventful. He throws the interception. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. This is Carson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. And you're
be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Alexander. And this will go to Carson. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, Alexander got an open man. It's McLeod. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down. Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. The Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action. Alexander dumps this one off to Chris Carson. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
It's Week 4 of the National Football League, and we've got the Seahawks rocket-arm quarterback. He's coming off a big week throwing the ball, nearly hitting 400 yards. It's the Seahawks and the Lions coming up next.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. We welcome everybody again alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and CD, we've got an interesting test here today. One of the league's best passing games and one of the best pass defenses set to square up and see who can perform better in a high-profile matchup.
And you and I talk about all the time how fortunate we are to be in this position, to be around these types of games. And as jacked up as these fans are, how about these two teams? They've been looking forward to testing themselves against what is considered the best on the other side. This is going to be a lot of fun.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Throwing to start the drive. Alexander able to complete this one to McLeod. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Right back to him on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. The Seahawks are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Back of the game.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He hits his target, Lockett. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 1st and goal at the 1. Carson. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Calling no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Carson again. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks use the early turnover to get... The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. Looking to throw. Alexander. And he'll find McLeod on the right side, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ray McLeod, his second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed's... Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now it's Carson to the 43, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Carson. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to a modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Alexander. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. On 3rd down, Carson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And just like he did, almost winning the Heisman at Michigan, rookie Aiden Hutchinson blows up the play. So his first sack of the game at CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year.
Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. But any kind of pass rush you get almost seems like a bonus. I think that...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
First down, Seahawks.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. To throw on 3rd down, Alexander. This is the tight end fan. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Alexander. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. 25 yards for the touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here.
He threw his 10th touchdown on the year last time they had it, and he'll look to keep. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson, and able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Throw left side, complete to McLeod. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
8-yard pickup. And the Seahawks first down.
Looking to throw. Alexander. This complete to Lockett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Off-play action. Alexander. They'll roll him out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Alexander. He'll check that down to Carson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Seahawks.
to throw. Alexander. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up.
Now Carson fumbles the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a third.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. Throwing on first down. Alexander. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Romeo Okwara shooting in there and dropping him for the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Looking to throw on second down. Alexander. He's got the hook up to McLeod.
He's got room at the 30, and he'll be brought down at the 27.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? First and goal. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next one. Draw play. This is Carson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Alexander.
He'll find Eskridge here complete.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We start down in Georgia. Cleveland making the trip south to take on Atlanta. And it's the Browns who are out on top. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Julio Jones, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. The Ravens locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half, and the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. And meanwhile, for the Lions, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On the delay, here's Carson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. On first down, Alexander. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Carson. And he had a nifty little deep juke move, but he stopped shortly thereafter. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Up the middle they go. Carson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. Operating from the gun. Alexander. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks extend their lead yet again. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 7. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. On first down, it's Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Alexander. And that will be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Carson, and he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 42. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Up the middle they go. Carson. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Carson, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Alexander. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Going right side here, and that's complete.
On fourth down, Alexander over the middle. That's caught by McLeod. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on 4th and inches. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Alexander. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Well, that was Carlos Dunlap who got in to take him down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Up the middle they go. It's Carson. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. So the victory here for Seattle. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Seahawks, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.
It's week 5 of the NFL, and we've got the Seahawks rocket arm quarterback. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Seahawks and the Saints, and it's all up next.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome.
Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Left side here, that's the tight end fan. This defense for the Saints, they have certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
The Seahawks had 2 and 2 through the first 4 weeks of the season.
And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Carson. Well, somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's caught. Lockett. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Alexander. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway. And there's not...
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Carson. Only a couple there. It's going to be brought down about the 28.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try to keep the defense honest.
I mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off play action. Alexander.
Again, it's Carson with another catch. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. Linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the gun on 3rd down. Alexander looking middle, and that's complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines are raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick-6 ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
After a week's worth of preparation, probably not prepared for this. You throw the pick-6, and now you're behind the 8 ball here.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Alexander. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
On 3rd down, Alexander. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Up the middle they go. Carson.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
11 more on that one and another first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 1st and 10, Alexander. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Alexander. And that is incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cameron Jordan in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. To throw on 2nd down, Alexander.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, it's Carson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Alexander. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
To throw on third down, Alexander. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally...
Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivals.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Alexander. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Alexander. They'll run the screen with Carson. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. Open man is QT, complete. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. The final shot before break. Alexander, he's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay.
Well, we'll move right through.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Carson. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now we will get another look at Seattle's offense. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Off the play fake. Alexander. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Operating from the gun. Alexander. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Alexander. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's